This video is sponsored by Deep Cut Studios. For more information on officially licensed Guild Ball products, check the description below.
Hi guys, welcome back to T&G Productions. My name is Tom.
My name is Paul once again.
And my voice has gone an octave deeper now all of a sudden. I've had a sneaky cup of tea before we started. Well, we're back to play some Guild Ball.
We are indeed,
And
yes.
we're playing our favourite matchup, I think we can actually call this. Butchers and Hunters are our teams, but actually Fish and Engineers is probably our favourite game.
Corsair Fish.
Pin Vice Engineers. But yeah, the football game.
The football game.
So
Corsair, for a change.
Well, we'll have a look at the lineups and we'll see in a sec.
Okay, and here are Paul's Fish team. What have you got?
So the Bash Bros taking the centre of the field. Corsair with his new rules. Jack and Kraken. 4-8 kick. Super striker.
With one leg.
Who needs Shark?
I think he uses his leg like a baseball bat. Just like pops it off.
God,
and just,
yeah, like a golf club.
Yeah, there we go. Chips it.
Yeah.
You've got a beautifully painted model on that right hand side.
We
Not
do,
saying
yes.
the others aren't, but
Yeah, thanks very much for that. That angel is fantastic. She is.
I'm talking about the pro painted veteran Captain Salt from Tristan.
Yeah, so one of our Patreons, Tristan, wonderful guy, got us a veteran Captain Salt, custom painted, commission painted, and it is absolutely stunning. Very similar to the one I done, but it's gorgeous.
Just beautiful, the woodwork and everything. We've got Ian's one we need to use as well, which is the T&G colours.
Yeah, we thought we'd get this one out as it has come all the way from the States as well. So we've got Angel on the flank, and we're going to have Sakana on the flank, and this is pretty much how I'm going to set up as well.
Yeah, I have kind of screwed Paul here that I've accidentally
forgot
left Hag at school
home.
for the D&D campaign. You haven't painted Fathom, so you did this to yourself, really. It's
Who needs Fathom, man?
You picked Angel, you take Fathom.
No, Angel is bad.
So
she's going to score today. She's going to all 3 goals.
So
We're going for it.
Kraken, Corsair and Jack hold the middle of the pitch and the rest dance around the outside.
thump stuff, yeah.
Awesome, so we'll go to my engineers next. And here are my engineers team led by the wonderful Pin Vice.
They are beautifully painted.
They are beautifully
that
painted.
compound and the locust look amazing.
I remember when you weren't going to give me that compound because you had an alchemist team ready to go and you were like, I'm just going to paint the alchemist symbol on the front because I don't want you to have this. So I was like, but the apron matches the engineers.
It's stunning. Look, I'm so proud. Like the chemical bottles at the back.
Shut up.
That locust are my favourite Guild Ball models.
Locust is probably one of my favourite Guild Ball models. I absolutely love him. So anyway,
we're talking about the team.
Goal scoring team. Salvo and Velocity on the wings. Locust and Pin Vice kind of freeing up the ball with Mother wherever they can and Compound doing compound things. Salvo has been not secret for the world, I think everyone's aware he's very good, but for us on the channel, he is becoming rapidly one of my favourite players to put on the pitch, just because...
How can you say that when you've got the gangster lean of Velocity?
Velocity who can't stand on anything.
The scoring machine.
Yeah, Velocity is a scoring machine, literally, and on our channel she scores snapshots. That's what she does, so...
She's a turret.
We're aiming
she scores the first goal and then just the ball bounces off.
That's what we'll probably go for. First turn goal and get herself a Pin Vice or Salvo to filter in. So without further ado, we'll roll for the kickoff and cut back next. And this is how things look at the start of the game, and Corsair has been a scumbag and just basically done daisy cutter kick straight into the objective there. So
one leg.
His one little obstacle kick. So unfortunately I've had to go quite an even spread really looking for the goal at the end of the first turn. So we've got 4 on Velocity, 1 on pretty much everybody, apart from Pin Vice and Salvo. Pin Vice has got some just in case he wants to put a buff on someone, and Salvo's there just in case he wants to use one of his character plays. But I think it's retrieve and try and bang in a goal and see where we go from there. You've got the stack of death ready for Corsair.
Not quite. He's only got 5 influence.
Only got 5.
Yeah. 2 on Angel, just to get her up the pitch. 2 again on Kraken and Jack, again just to get them up the pitch and maybe do a little drag if needs be, or a little goad. Sakana, 2 on him, and 5 on Corsair because he will hopefully do Corsair things.
Yeah, so you start the game with the momentum and we'll go to the first activation, which will be the Engineers Guild. So the Spider is going to start things off for me. So Mother is just going to move to this position here, staying within 2 inches of Pin Vice. She's going to chuck out a spider nest, and then for free, she's going to use webbing to remove it and take possession of the ball. She's then going to make a kick with 2 dice over 2 inches. So she's got tap-in rules, trying to pass the ball to Pin Vice, and succeeds. We get point momentum, which we will bank.
So, nice simple activation for me. It's just going to be getting Salt up the pitch. So he's just going to run up his 7 inches.
Pinvice then is going to keep the ball moving. She's going to spend 1 to attempt to pass its compound. Again, within tap-in range for her 4 dice. She succeeds, which gets me a point of momentum. She definitely nails that. I'm going to keep hold of it. However, I'm then going to spend her 2 influence to put Alternator on, which will give her a 9-inch move. And essentially all she's going to do is just swing herself round just in front of Locus. There.
Okay, so for me, Sakana, just at the top of the screen, is going to spend 1 of his influence to drop Smoke.
Paul's lovely casting shot there
of
his wrestling injury.
And then I'm going to spend his other influence to sprint Sakana through this, just to the other side of this wall here, so he will benefit from cover.
Okay, Compound is up next. He is going to pass the ball over to Locus, hopefully. He does successfully do that, which generates me another point of momentum. And that's his influence spent, and he's just going to mosey himself up to put up his rush goalie range there.
So my activation now is going to be Angel, as Tom is staying well back of my Bash Bros in the
It's
centre
just
of the
dawning
field.
on me that I've not put Velocity close enough to score, so I'm trying to think of ways around my own increments here. It's not working.
So spend 1 to do an 8-inch sprint with Angel. That's right, yeah, 8 inches.
Yeah.
And then spend her other 1
Nimble up.
to put Nimble up.
So she's on 6s now.
She is indeed. Oh, and then I may as well use Get Over Here Salt.
To move ever so slightly closer. There we go. Over to Locus then, and he is going to make a little shuffle just to this position here and attempt to pass the ball off to Velocity. So 4 dice looking for a tap-in. Gets it, which generates me a point of momentum, which I'm going to spend immediately basically to bounce Velocity just to that position there with the ball.
So I'm going to activate Jack. I'm going to spend 1 of his influence to sprint him, and I'm going to use his battering ram ability to just first and foremost move him to there, which will give Corsair a nice 2-inch push directly away, which will get Corsair a little bit further up the pitch to there, and then Jack can finish his move, which should get him to there. His last influence will go unspent.
Over to Salvo, he's going to spend 1 of his influence just to sprint to this position here next to the spider. And he's going to spend 2 to attempt to flawed bolt Sakana. So 2 dice, looking for 4s. Gets it. That is 2 damage and a knockdown on the man there. And I think I'm going to take my dodge as I fish for a knockdown token on him. See, fish, get it. And I'm just going to dodge there.
Okay, so that takes Sakana down to 12 hit points. Now activate Kraken. I'm going to spend 1 of his influence to move him to here, just next to Jack, and his other influence will go wasted.
Okay, Velocity is up next. She's going to spend 1 to acrobatic to the edge here. She's going to spend 1 of her momentum to glide, and she's going to charge to where I've just put a nest marker here, but I don't dare put Velocity's model anywhere near anything that's unbalanced because she just tips over. So that's 2 influence to get to this position here. Any response, mate?
I will defensive stance.
Okay.
Spend me momentum.
So 4 attack, plus 4 for charging. I need to hit this, so I'm going to spend 1 to bonus time it as well. Looking for 4s and 1, yeah?
Yes, on Jack.
4s and 1. Oh, it's not the worst, but it's not the best. So miss. 1 away for armor is 3 hits, and I believe that is the double dodge I need. Yep, so that is a non-momentous double dodge, which will take Velocity essentially to there, but her model will dispute it.
Just move the nest marker.
Yeah, nest marker's there. We're going to go to there, which should take us just outside of Jack's melee zone. That was non-momentous, so I've only got 1 momentum left, so I'm going to spend the last influence and that momentum to have a 4 dice kick at goal, needing a 4+. See how we do. Hey, get the 5 just about, which gets a momentum back. and I am just going to spend that momentum to make a cowardly cat 4-inch dodge just over to the wing, or from there actually, to the wing, there, and we'll kick it back out.
So the ball scattered out, just landed over the other side of this line here. I am going to activate Corsair and just move him just to basically where the ball is.
Staying outside of compounds, cuddling range.
Cuddling range, is that what we're calling it?
Poisonous cuddles.
Yeah. So Corsair has 5 influence on him. I'm going to attempt to do a drag on the spider.
So looking for 4s.
Looking for 4s.
Nails it.
Nail it. So the spider is dragged over 6 inches. So
Get over here.
Hover in base contact. I'm just going to farm it for a little bit of momentum. So 6 tack, 4s and 1.
4s and 1 indeed.
That is 2 hits.
Down to 1 because the arm.
Down to 1 because of the armour. So that wasn't great. I'm not getting any momentum off that. I may as well do the 1 damage and the 1-inch push.
Okay, so that puts the spider down to 8 HP.
Yeah.
See, Corsair's damage not being momentous this season is a bit of a pain.
Sucks a bit. So I will buy another attack. Another 2. Yeah, same again.
1, so puts it down to 7 health.
So much for farming it for momentum. Same again, 4s and 1. That's a bit better. So that's 3. Let's take 1 away. I will do the momentous knockdown.
Okay, so knocks the spider down.
And gains me a point of momentum. And I also have possession of the ball.
And that'll take us to the end of the turn. And that's how we look at the end of the first turn. The Engineers managed to bang in a goal, but at high momentum cost for my own poor measuring. So you're up on momentum by 1, mate, with the ball on Corsair, ready to do some pain and goal scoring, I think.
I am indeed.
So we'll go to the game plans. I have gone with midfield general, which is a +3.
I have gone with seize the initiative.
Plus,
that I intended to.
So +7 to you. So we'll do the dodges and we'll cut back with the influence for turn 2. I presume you're going first.
Oh yes, definitely.
And this is how we look for the start of the second turn, and you made the worst dodge that any player wants to see, which is Corsair now is in range of my entire team, pretty much, apart from velocity for that drag.
Yep.
So, big stack of 6 on the big man.
Yep.
He's just smugly rocking. Whack-a-mole then score by any chance?
Yep.
Yeah. So I've got...
it's the easy game, isn't it?
It is. So I'm looking for snapback stuff, basically. So I've dodged velocity back within snapshot range. 6 on pin vice for any shenanigans. She'll basically have to react to whatever Corsair does. 2 on locus in case he needs a character play. Same with Salvo with the sprint because he's quite far back. And I am on +1 move for my card, which is good. I wanted to put 2 on compound just to get the tackle dodge twice in case I need it to kind of whack and push, but 1 will do for now and nothing on the spider because obviously that's on its tuchus. So I've got a momentum to play with as going second, but you've got the first activation of the turn, so we'll go to the fish. Bring the pain then.
Yeah, so I didn't want to explain what I was doing. Tom just like battled through and that's it. So I'll just show you what I'm planning on doing.
Let's be honest, Corsair is the only one that matters.
Corsair is going to pop as legendary, as this is already being measured. I'm pretty much going to bring everyone to within 2 inches of me.
So what's the new legendary basically?
So it is called Hook, Line and Sinker. So enemy models within this pulse suffer a 6-inch push directly towards this model. So can I borrow your widget please, mate?
You may indeed.
So we've already measured all these basically are in range.
Now, legendary play I don't think will affect compound because he's got resilience.
Ah, right, okay.
And it's a play.
Okay, cool. So we can stay there.
I believe a legendary play is a character play. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, which I will totally disable. But I think a legendary play is a character play, and I think resilience gets popped. I think that's all that happens with him.
Ah, well, I'll pull pin vice in.
Yeah, it's not like you have to do anything else really.
Yeah, just to keep it out there. The spider, I'll just pop to there, and this dude, I'll just pop to there.
So all my 1-inch melee guys
get yanked in.
Yep, so compounds will stay where he is.
But you don't need to move because you can just play whack-a-mole now, really, can't you?
Well, I can even move into compound.
You can.
That's the thing.
And now that's popped, you could just move in and whack him, actually, to be honest.
Yep, so that won't be a problem. So I have 6 influence. I'm just going to move these just off camera so I can keep track of what I'm doing with them. So, first influence, what's Pin Vice's defense, please?
5s.
salvos.
4s and 1.
4s and 1, spiders.
3 and 1 because it's not
3 and 1.
Oh, it's 3 and 1 normally. I did you out of that.
You robbed me of it before. I could have been so much more momentum up.
2s and 1. That is going to be bad. Do you know what? As a on-camera freebie.
No. I've already got the moral victory. It's okay.
Well, to be honest, I think if we go back to the tape, you rolled a bucket of 2s, so it wouldn't have made a difference.
I did.
But I will edit that in. That's my bad.
Yeah. So I'll use the spider then. To be honest.
Yeah. 2s and 1.
So 6 attack basic. Looking for 2s and 1 this time rather than 4s.
Correct.
But still look at loads of 1s.
3 hits.
3 hits. So that will be the momentous double
push. Of course,
no, it won't. It will be the momentous drag.
You're going to bring compound in.
Bring compound in.
Within 2 or just straight in?
Within
he's got
2.
Yeah, if you've got the widget over there. That's good. So that's momentum for you.
That is a point of momentum for me.
Do you want him just there? Because I'm just thinking about where you're kicking.
I just pop him a little bit further over because I want to be able to squeeze through.
Okay.
I will now. What's compound's defense? 3s and 1.
He is 3s and 1.
3s and 1. I will buy another attack on compound.
On compound.
Yes.
He is going to declare a counter attack.
Counter attack. Okay. Does he have sturdy?
He does not have sturdy.
He does not have sturdy. Okay. So I'm going to spend 1 momentum to bonus time this.
3s and 1. Yeah. Corsair wants him down.
Yeah. I'm going to knock him down.
So
that will be a momentous knockdown.
So that's 3 hits.
Yep, so that will be a momentous knockdown.
I will pop that down. So okay, ignores his counter attack. He's down to 2s and 1 now.
Excellent. I will buy another attack on him. So that is my 3rd influence spent. 2s and 1, all hit. I'll take 1 away.
That's a full playbook.
That's a full playbook. So that'll be a knockdown and a double push, but it doesn't make a difference. I will do the momentous double push.
Double push?
Yes.
Where do you want to push to?
I'll just leave him there.
Okay.
I will. So that was my 3rd influence spent. My 4th influence. I'll buy another attack. Let me just double check. Drag. Hit. Yep. I'll buy another attack on compound.
Yeah.
So hit
one
again.
away. So
Yep.
full playbook again.
Full playbook again. I will do.
So Corsair's playbook is so varied now.
Yeah.
You're so used to momentous damage, now it's all about those pushes.
Yeah. I'll do the. That's not once per turn. Could I drag somebody else in?
You could. You're outside of range of Locus.
Yeah.
So realistically, you've got everyone who you want to be nearby.
There's no point. I will just do the momentous push.
Yep. You are just within 8, so you can move compound to the side a little
That's
bit.
what I was going to do.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Just so that he's still being engaged, but not in the ball path now. And that means that essentially you've got when you want it. Corsair now being an 8-inch kick, so that's exactly what he needed.
Yeah, you can just waddle over just 4 inches and he's within tapping range.
So you got 2 influence left to play with, so you got 1 for the kick when you want to make it. You've got an attack, should you wish.
Yes, I will buy another attack.
I mean, you can back pass it to Kraken if you want.
I could do that, couldn't I? No, I'll buy another attack. So, yep, I'll buy it on compound. Still within 2 again. 4
hits.
Momentous double push.
Just take the momentum.
Just take him there, yeah. So that puts me up to 4 momentum. I will now move. If you would do the honours, Tom.
You want to move? You're already within.
I've got a broken wrist. Yeah, but we can get within.
Oh, you can tap in range, can't you?
Yeah. And then I've got.
I mean, do you see how much restraint I had there to not make a broken wrist joke? We appreciate the 3 years of content that we've had on this channel there, and I did not take my ploy to do it.
You know how I've done it, so you're scared though.
I mean, to be honest, mate, your right arm is really swollen, and I think you did so much practice to do that. Right, so you've got a 4 dice kick. I would roll there because the camera's kind of going this way.
So I'll spend 1 momentum.
Do you want a bonus time?
I do want a bonus time.
You get a bonus time?
I'm going to bonus time.
So I'm
going to go for the screamer.
Okay, so you're down to 2.
I'm down to 2 momentum.
I think we are anyway.
Yep.
There you go. You
nailed it. Just
bang it. So you get another point of momentum back.
I do. I'll leave that as is.
You're going to hang out there?
Yeah, that's fine.
So that's 4 points on the board for the fish. We'll boot it out as engineers and cut back. Okay, so the ball has scattered out to Locust because essentially I've pre-measured everything and wherever I go, a ball can knock me down on the counter-attack, so I do need some momentum. So
Pre-measured.
everything. So Compound is going to stand up. He's going to use his 1 action to attack Corsair. 5 attack, needing 3s and 1.
I'll take it.
Oh, 2 miss, 1 away is 2 hits. That's just going to be a momentous push. And all I'm going to do is push Corsair.
Closer to the goal.
Well, actually, I'll move him that way, just so he's not engaging Salvo anymore. My plans are foiled.
Okay, so my activation is going to be Kraken. I'm just going to thump Compound a little
Barrel
bit.
in, yeah.
So never has Kraken ever been this far up the pitch, I don't think. So I'm going to spend 1 to... spend 2 to charge. And that is going to get me to around there.
Outside of Pinblight and Salvo.
Yep.
But engaging everybody.
But engaging everybody.
So you're going to Compound. Compound's already had his resistance popped, so this is going to be 3s and 1, but extra dice because of Corsair as well.
So Kraken has 5 basic, 4 extra for the charge, and 1 extra for
So you've got a lot of
Corsair.
space for rolling here, mate, with your
So
bucket of
I'm just
dice.
going to move that other influence there, which is 1 to Kraken out the way.
So 3s and 1.
3s and 1.
Yep.
That is... It's not great, actually.
Actually, no.
No.
1 away for armour as well.
1 away for armour, so
4
4 hits. That will be 3 non-momentous damage.
That puts
He's
me
got
down
tough
to
fight.
15. He does not have to fight.
Okay, I'm going to buy another attack with my influence. I'm getting +1 for Corsair, and I'm going to bonus to armour as well. So that puts me down to 2 momentum.
3s and 1 again.
That was a bit better. That wasn't. 3 net hits. I am going to do what I should have done last turn, and I've just forgot. Just realised now I'm going to do a momentous drag.
Okay. Who do you want to drag?
I am going
I think
to
you're outside of range of
outside
Locust.
the range, yeah. I am going to drag in Salvo.
Okay. So he yanks him into base contact. So you got the trident there. There you go.
Base contact, so he's engaging both.
Corsair and Kraken.
Corsair and Kraken.
Now that's momentum.
Now I can officially say that we are rules endorsed battle report now because I literally just messaged Perkins to check this.
Well, we are as of this point.
We are, ignore the mother bit at the start.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, Locust is going to run with the card. He gets shut up. He gets to about there, which you'll notice is a teeny bit short. So I was hoping I could just drop
Story of his life.
the ball in remote control, but the wording's a bit weird. But yeah, basically you spend 1. I'm going to drop the ball there because I'm just outside of getting to velocity. I'm going to spend 1 to use remote control, which does make the kick for him. I was unsure whether I had to spend an additional influence to make the kick.
Yeah, it
but
weirdens a little bit.
Senpai Perkins has confirmed it for me. So Locust is going to kick the ball from there to velocity. So he's got 4 dice kick. I'm hoping for the snapshot here, so I need a 4 here to start. Gets it. Right. Bam. Rules complete. Generates me a point of momentum. I'm going to spend both to go for a velocity snapshot, because I've just said to Paul before we start recording, that's all she does in our battle reports. She just scores snapshots. So I need
For it?
2... Do I trust the engineer's dice?
No.
No, I don't. Oh, but if I change now...
That's it.
No.
Just roll the dice.
Yeah, I'm going to go with it. I need 2 4 pluses. That's cocked. that is definitely...
Hope for a prayer.
Do I have to email Jamie Perkins again and be
Well,
like...
technically,
that is...
both those dice are cocked, and that's ridiculously convenient for you, but go on, I will give you that cocked dice.
I'm not going to... I'll claim one of them.
No, go on.
No, I'll claim one.
Yeah, claim one.
I'll do the navigator's thing. I'll claim one, see if it hits, then not, then I'll claim the other. So we've got 1 success. Hey! So for a tiny second we were rules accurate.
For a time.
And then immediately went that way. Generate point of momentum, that's the second goal on board. Velocity does velocity things.
Okay, so the ball has scattered out just in front of Jack.
We've just moved it to one side. It actually has just scattered basically over him.
Yeah,
Do you want to snap it?
Yeah, I'm going to snap it.
This is janky play that you've just measured out here.
Yeah, pretty janky. Jack's got all the pushes and like get out my way. Dude,
It's just
I'm
having
coming
battering
through.
ram on back of his card is tasty now.
Yeah.
With his tried and tested.
So I've got 3 influence on him. So in the worst case scenario, I'm going to pop tried and tested to shove someone out of the way as well. So I've got an 8-inch sprint which I'm going to curve, which will get me to effectively the end of this widget here.
So you want to clip this side of Pinvice to push her out, but you also want to clip this side of Compound so when you push him he doesn't go into Corsair.
Yeah,
essentially.
basically. So, and then I'm within Jack's kicking range.
So your finishing spot will be there. So Pinvice, I presume, is just getting pushed out.
Yes, please.
And Compound will be pushed back there.
Yeah,
and you will
Jack
finish,
will
on the very tippity tip of that there.
Yep. Which
So
gives
he's
me
still engaging Compound.
a run on to goal. So that's cost me 1. Obviously taking the ball.
Just
with him.
outside of an inch. So Compound's engaging you at the moment.
Yeah. So that's cost me 1. I'm then going to buy an attack on Compound, who is also engaged by Corsair. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attack for Jack Basic and +1 for Corsair.
3's a 1.
So that is 2, 3 misses and 1. So I will take the momentous push.
So because I was just outside of 1 inch, this now should be
outside of 2.
Just outside of 2 on the very edge.
And then, so I've got a point of momentum back for that, so that puts me up to 4 momentum. I am now going to take a shot on goal with Jack.
I honestly did not even see this coming because you were measuring Angel and realised that she didn't have enough influence. And I was like, oh, Jack.
Yeah, just looked at Jack and thought,
it's a nice sneaky thing for the fish to have that he can barrel in really.
Well, I'll be perfectly honest. I wasn't expecting my goal threat to be Jack Kraken.
Kraken's motored this game.
Yeah, I'll take it. So I've got 3 kick basic. I'm going to spend 1 of my influence and 1 of my momentum to take the kick, and I'm going to spend another momentum to bonus time it. So this puts me to 3-6. So looking for a 4.
Looking for a 4+. Best of luck. Gets it.
Nail it.
Bangs the ball in, and you gain another point of momentum there.
I do indeed. So that puts me up to 3.
Anything you want to do? Any dodges or anything?
It's a little bit close knit there, isn't it? I am going to spend that point of momentum, and I'm going to dodge to engage Pinvice.
Probably a good move.
Just to give you a little bit of trouble.
Okay then.
Yeah, and that is the end of my activation.
Right, Velocity's going to go for the hat trick then. So she's going to spend 1 of her influence to sprint 9 inches thanks to my game plan card.
Fish who effectively just ran up the pitch and we're going to score goals. Oh, forget about it.
Yeah, the offside trap does not come into play in Guild Ball. So she's going
That is definitely something that person has to work into it. The offside.
The offside trap, so it's not just a game plan card now. There's a legitimate.
It's a legitimate play.
So she's going to run to within tapping range. She's got a 4 dice kick. She's looking for a 3. She gets it. Handshake on camera. So it's a hat trick for Velocity.
That is the second time we've
Fish and engineers
into each other.
And the second time it just lasts nothing. It's just lightning. So we'll go for the post.
This is such a good matchup.
I know, it's great. We're going to go for another round. So we'll catch up after the game.
Well, it lived up to the billing. We literally finished the game. Went, we need to play these teams again. This is great.
They're just
Velocity hat trick.
Velocity hat trick, which isn't really a surprise.
No, to be fair, as soon as she had that snapshot, I was like, she's just going to sit there.
Bash Brothers as the goal threat.
How did it was it like a Roman technique where they
Just straight through the middle. Pinvice didn't do a lot.
Pinvice didn't need to. That last activation, honestly, me and Paul both sat down and we were like, all right, Pinvice is probably going to go. She's going to have to churn. So I went, Velocity can just walk and get the ball.
Yeah.
I messed up on my first turn. One thing that is very important, which I need to learn to do, when you lay out your character. I know pro players can do this automatically, but I'm not one of them. But measure if you can get that first turn goal. So Velocity was just out of first turn goal range because I put her too wide. And that is a mistake I often make. So that's
the thing is, we always get suckered in with that, Matt, and we forget that you can play around the edges as well.
And I think I was lucky with the fact that you had relatively low defence people in the middle, and I was like, I'm going to have to bounce off somebody.
Yeah, which makes it easy to do when you've that's what you're going for.
Yeah, but I think in the future, someone like Brisket on the Butchers, measure before you do it, and then you can get there.
You're alright with Brisket normally because you play it regularly.
Yeah.
But I was well impressed with Corsair getting a goal.
That legendary turn.
You know what? The thing is, I could have done so much more with it.
Yeah.
I could have, if they'd really been thinking about it, I could have tried to knock everyone down. But with Velocity being the other end of the pitch,
Do you miss the momentous damage on Corsair? Because we talked about this in our pre-errata talk, didn't we? He didn't really get any changes with the new errata.
Yeah, so yes and no. Yes, for the fact that if you take somebody out in his aura,
Coup de grace.
you get the coup de grace, you get 3 momentum points. Taking somebody out with the fish is a difficult thing to do because you want the momentum, but they don't generate it off the damage output.
Yeah. Whereas you could reliably do about 6 momentous damage to them, then keep that for the turn, and then do it again.
So my old tactic with Corsair is pull them in, and I wouldn't pull everyone in. I'd pull in who I want. I'd pull in thump, 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 thump.
Unless it was
rack up momentous damage. Unless it was brick. They will never see the light of day on video. Rack up a load of damage, and it's easy to do with Corsair because his old playbook was momentous damage.
And it'll put you 3 momentum up at the end of each turn reliably, whereas now it's a case of like,
well, for
am
that,
I going to chase the kill and not get momentum for my goal scoring team?
Yeah, for that all I've done was basically Corsair, get over here, Jack used the drag as well, and then it was just momentous knockdown. I need the momentum, I'll do the push, I'll do the push, I'll do the push, and not move them anywhere, so because I was in a good position.
Would you change that lineup at all, or were you quite happy with them? Would you
put
Fathom? Yeah, I think
Fathom.
she's next on the list, isn't she?
Vetsakana.
Vetsakana goes very nicely with Corsair. The ability to take the ball off the engineers who've got lots of close control without popping the close control. I mean, that wasn't the kind
Rough
of game.
Seas is still on Corsair as well, by the way,
which is
so you can still
fantastic.
do that, and Vetsakana's got something similar, I can't remember.
Fancy footwork, I think it is. But it did just become tennis,
and he's
which
got back the
was
coffers as well, which is
really useful.
Always useful.
As for the engineers, I would love to see Harriet now. I think she's the next one that I think we need to get on the pitch, because I think her with pin vice is very fun. And we want to see her use the sucker punch from a distance on the fish. Really annoying. Her and Salvo taking 8 HP or 4 HP off somebody, knocking them down and winding them up, makes pin vice walk in with deletion and not have to spend a full stack of 6 with like 4 influence. She could potentially kill someone there. It's all about efficiency, which is what the engineers do. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, let us know, and thank you very much for watching. Bye. Hi guys, thank you very much for watching our content. It means the world to us. If you'd like to see some more videos, they should be over here. And if you'd like to support our channel, keep these lights on. You can find links to our Patreon and merchandise in the description below. See you later.